Hello Aries, this is AD with kayxztarot and I'm going to be doing your 2019 yearly reading. So the way that this reading is going to work is I'm going to pull 12 cards with each card representing that month. Alright, so this is something that I hope that you can come back to throughout the year, see if it matched up, you know, just as a reference or a guide with, you know, with this upcoming year. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. So yeah, Aries, so that is going to be the idea for this. Welcome into the new year, you guys. Welcome if you're new, welcome if you're old. Again, I hope that this is something that people find throughout the year. Who knows? But yeah, it'll be there as a resource to you. Don't forget to check out the description box below, guys, for personal reading information, my SoundCloud information, and my Instagram. I would love for you to follow me on all of those things so we can keep, you know, in touch and, you know, see what's poppin', see what's going on. All right, so without my rambling anymore, let's get into your reading. Keep in mind, your judgment is the best judgment. Always follow your own intuition, and keep in mind that these messages may not resonate with everyone because this is a general reading. But without any further ado, let's get into it. All right, Aries, thank you so much for tuning in, you guys. For 2019, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, please. 2019, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, please. 2019, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Oops, excuse me, Aries. 2019, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. All right. Ooh, alright, sorry. Alright, Aries, so we had the Five of Wands. Okay, so there could be some conflict this year, some inner conflict or outward conflict. But the thing about it, Aries, is this is your energy right here. This is something that you can be comfortable in conflict, you know, comfort in that Mars energy, that warlike energy. So a lot of you guys are going to be defending yourselves, defending your titles, and I think just establishing yourself amongst these, you know, rising above these people, these five people, who's going to come out victorious, you know, who moves into that Six of Wands. So I'm not even getting like this is a negative battle. I'm thinking that this is just kind of practice. Like you're gearing up. You're gearing up for that next phase into your life, and it's going to ask you to tap into that Mars energy of yours to come out victorious in the situation that you're going to be confronting. But I have all faith, Aries, that you will come out on top. But it does seem like this year is going to stretch you, all right? Particularly in your wheelhouse, okay? Let's see. Oops. Oh look, we also had the Eight of Wands just fly out too. So communication, action, movement. So there's going to be a lot of movement for you guys. I'm sensing that this year is probably going to be an energetic year. So if you were hoping that, you know, 2019 you were chilling out, from what just popped up, Aries, it seems like there's going to be quite a bit of action taking place. Some of you guys could even be traveling or moving. Yep, some of you guys are certainly moving this year. Or walking away from a situation. Oops, sorry. Alright. Let's see what's going on for our Aries. Alright, Aries, so at the bottom of the deck, we do have the Five of Swords. So, again, this year for you guys can be a lot of change. There could be a lot of change that's happening that's out of your control. And so it's really going to be a battle of, you know, emerging victorious. Some of you guys are going to be turning your back on situations and walking towards something new. A lot of you guys are going to be defending yourselves, defending your opinions, defending how you feel. And again, I think that a lot of you guys, this is kind of your comfort zone in area, but I do understand that instability with these five here and change is not necessarily something that is always the easiest to deal with. So try to stay grounded in this upcoming year again, and look at that followed by the Six of Wands. So this is going to be like an emerging victorious energy. This is going to be a challenging year because it's going to challenge you, and those challenges can manifest themselves in other people and obstacles that present themselves. So just be aware, Aries, to stay grounded and just stay firmly planted, both feet on the ground as you're going through this next chapter, because you're going to be tested. But again, it's all in the evolution and the process. And with that Six of Wands energy again at the bottom of the deck, you know, there is a likelihood to emerge victorious. All right, so for January we do have the Ten of Wands, February, the Knight of Pentacles. March, the Page of Wands. There you go, Aries, in y'all's month too. April, we have the Devil. May, wait, January, February, March, April, May, the Eight of Swords. Yeah, look at this battling. Look at all these battlings, but again, working towards stability. June, we have the Ten of Pentacles. Look, movement in July. August, we have the Eight of Pentacles. September, Temperance. October, the King of Wands. I'm at Swords. I'm sorry, the King of Swords for September. I'm at October. Lord, I'm gonna have to sorry. June, July, August, September, October, November, the Page of Cups. And finally, December, the Three of Cups. Oof, Aries. Okay, so this is really interesting. You guys have a pretty interesting year coming up. And I say that in like the nicest way possible. It really is. It's really going to lead to a lot of evolution. There's going to be quite a bit of changes that are going to challenge you again with this devil energy happening, right? So at the beginning of the year in January, we have the Ten of Wands. So it seems like you guys are kind of, what I'm imagining for this next year is you're really going to be setting up shop. You're really going to be laying down those foundations, okay? So a lot of you in January could be taking on be taking on more work, more challenges, but I just see you committing yourself fully to different aspects of your life. Some of you guys maybe, you know, being financially secure is what's driving you. Some of you guys want to be in a stronger relationship, so you're going to put in the work in to be in that particular relationship that you're dreaming of, or what have you. But you guys are just going to truly be committing to a new set in your life, okay? So be careful with the Ten of Wands, because this can represent burden, but I really imagine that it's doing it, just taking on way too much too soon. Be sure to pace yourself, Aries, because it seems like you guys are going to be receiving a lot of energy, you know, to really worry about it. So moving into February, we have the Knight of Pentacles. So this same energy that you had of all this that you're taking on with this Ten of Wands here, it moves into the Knight of Pentacles. And with the Knight of Pentacles, this is laying that foundation for stability, right? And as we can see, it moves to the Ten of Pentacles. So whatever seeds that you're starting to plant during the beginning of the month, by the summertime, you'll be starting to see kind of the fruit of that labor. But again, it's going to be some tough work. It's going to be slow moving, okay? Even though I see the Ten of Pentacles here, be mindful. I don't think that it's like June jackpot. I don't think it's that way, but it's a small jackpot. Like, you're going to start seeing like, oh wow, I'm so happy that I took this seriously. This is really working out for me, right? So with this Knight of Pentacles happening here, you know, could be connecting with the Capricorn, Taurus, or a Virgo, but I just see you getting very serious, Aries. This is unlike you, right? You know, the Ten of Wands, that's your energy moving into the Knight of Pentacles. So you get really realistic with yourself about how you're going to continue on for the rest of the year. I don't want you to burn yourself out, right? And so moving into March, moving into March, we go into the Page of Wands. So this is your energy right here. A lot of you, happy birthday for you in March. So you're going to be moving on and moving forward in a new and exciting manner. You guys could be pursuing creative projects. Again, a really kind of sexy relationship could be coming in. Some of you could possibly be having a child with the youthful energy in March that's happening here. So as the kids, you know, there's something childish and childlike, and there's something youthful about March that's happening. You guys are going to start taking, this is kind of like a new beginning opposed to that Ten of Wands. So as you take on that next chapter, you could be taking seriously what you set up in the Knight of Pentacles realm, right? But now you're putting that fire and that passion behind it. You're going to start moving those endeavors. The thing about it, again, is you're going to want to pace yourselves, all right, Aries, because the way that you move, okay, you don't want to burn yourself out too quickly. That is the thing about fire energy, is like fires can burn for a very, very long time, or they can burn out. So, and you are in direct control of how that energy plays out for you in your life, okay, Aries? So there we go with the Page of Wands in March. April, we have the Devil, all right? So April, you could be dealing with some demons, or the devil is in the details, okay? So as you're planning and embarking on this new lease on life, this new journey that you have, this Page of Wands, you're full of all this energy, be sure to pay attention to the fine print, okay? Make sure that you truly get into the nitty gritty, because you don't want this to come and fuck it up in the long run. You don't want the devil to sneak in your plans and kind of make it harder than it should be, or more than it should be, all right, with this devil energy here. I'm going to go ahead and clarify that again, but you could be dealing with bad habits. You could be dealing with bad people. I don't know, toxic energies. Really looking at your friend group, right? So with this reunion here, something could happen in this month, in April, that you end up having to work through here, because I do see you leaving. So I feel like April, May, June, July, there's going to be a lot of movement happening, and I think it kind of kicks off with this devil energy here. Ooh, shoot. Right, could be connecting with a Capricorn. And one. All right. So here we have the Three of Wands. So this is going to be something as in the devil's in the details, because the Three of Wands is somebody who sent their ships off to sea. They want to see what's happening, what it looks like. Their back is turned onto one thing and they're looking forward into the future. So with this being paired with the Three of Wands, that means that there's something in the future that's going to be held back. So really pay attention to that fine print as you move on to it, because problems might start arising. You're really going to want to tap into this earthly energy. You're really going to want to get back to this Knight of Pentacles point that you were in February, in order to truly pay attention to what's going on here. This could be something, just because the Three of Wands, their back is turned, this can be an energy where something is happening behind your back that you were unaware of. Kind of like the Seven of Swords energy is kind of what I'm getting here. So that's something to absolutely be mindful of. Some shady shit could just be going on with the devil energy here again, but this could be dealing with addictions, toxins, bad habits. Just something is going to start rearing its ugly head, because it takes us into May with this, Eight of Swords. A lot of self-doubts and insecurities that are going to be coming out. But I think that the beginning of the year is just, it's a state of transition. And so here with this Eight of Swords, you really don't want to fall into self-doubt and not knowing what you're doing and not dealing with it and following right after the devil. This could be an experience that brings up old traumas, things that hold you back, in your emotional fulfillment. You don't want it to carry on into the next month and block your blessings because you're in such a negative headspace, Aries. So this is a time to really be mindful and meditate and contemplate about how you're moving forward and what you like to see, right? You don't want to be bound by your thoughts, bound by negativity. So that could be something that comes up in April. And to be honest, my Venus is in Aries, so April, May, it tends to be my difficult months from experience. Like, that's usually when shit hits the fan. Till about July-ish is when I start getting it back together, and then we move into the embers, and then the year's pretty much over, right? So this could just be a difficult time emotionally for you. So please, as you're going in the beginning of the year, make sure that you are taking care of yourself emotionally, because if this tough time hits, it's filled with self-doubt, self-criticism, and self-ridicule, okay, with this 8 here. And following right after the devil, I'm just imagining some really dark thoughts, and you got to keep it moving, you got to keep it trucking, because look what comes rolling in come June time. We're moving towards the 10 of Pentacles, stability. Some of you guys could get proposals, you could be meeting the one, some of you guys are really just going to be building on the foundation that you set in early February up here, okay? So this is a really beautiful energy. It's going to be a reward, and it's going to be, what I'm definitely getting for you guys, it's always darkest before the dawn, Aries. It's always darkest before the dawn. So your dawn is going to come, about middle of the year, right? And it's going to just get really scary. It's going to be super exciting, okay? In the beginning, you're going to be laying those foundations, and then you're going to start seeing some cracks in the foundations, but don't worry, it is going to fix itself. You will be rewarded for your time. If, you know, God sees you, universe sees you, you're going to be rewarded for that. So just be mindful of that, because this is a beautiful month for June. Really, really exciting. Could be spending time with family. You know, this is the beginning of summer vacation, okay? So you guys could be spending time with, you know, those who love you, those who ground you, those who let you know who you are, because you might be losing yourself at this point in time. But you're going to be able to go back because you remember the foundations that you had, okay? So in July, we have the Six of Swords. I'm sorry. I always confuse wands and swords. I don't know what it is about it. But the Six of Swords, you guys could certainly be leaving something behind. Some of you guys are going to be traveling, but something's not going to serve you anymore. And I think that that's going to be revealed to you in these 2 months. So whatever this is, whatever you're walking away from, you're turning your back on a situation and you're moving towards better pastures, something that serves you a lot better, Aries. So that is something to just be mindful of as you're moving forward. You know, some of you guys could just be going on a really nice vacation, but there is a sense of sadness here. Okay, there's a sense of sadness here, and it's just to keep moving forward. Just keep moving forward. Just keep your head on your shoulders, because you're gonna, because after this, after you make that move, after you make that arrangement, or just turn your back on situations that no longer serve you, Aries, look at this. We move into the Eight of Pentacles. A lot of eights here. So this could be a very karmic year, but I'm imagining, I don't necessarily see it being like a, oh, everything just popped off, it all makes sense, you know. Now I just see this being a very, very fundamental year as far as your 10-year plan or your 5-year plan of like constructing how you see yourself within the next 5 years. You guys are really going to be, oops, I'm sorry for knocking the camera, but you guys are really going to be focused. Look at his attention to detail, because I think that you learned from this bout earlier in the year. And so now after you leave a certain situation that no longer serves you, you're ready to put your nose to the fucking grindstone and get it going. You're not playing, Aries. You're not taking no shit, okay? Coming into August, and you know, for some of you guys, you're going to be returning back to school, right? You completed school. It's, you know, summertime. You're traveling, you're going to go see different things, you're going to different places, and now it's time to hit those fucking books. Get back to the books and all that other stuff, you know. And so you're really going to be taking that seriously. And then we move into such a beautiful energy in September with Temperance being here. Alright, and so this is Sagittarian energy, but it's focused on evolution and elevation. I think after kind of the traumas, right, that you kind of suffer from in the beginning of the year, you're really going to come out a kind of a higher and more evolved person, right? With the Sagittarian energy, you're going to have learned a lot, and so you'll be seeking that balance, okay? And look at this moving into pairing into the King of Swords. So a lot of you guys are going to be making decisions and cutting stuff out, but like I said, that energy was already planted here with the Six of Swords. So by the time we get into September, October, you're certainly more balanced. You're certainly more on a leveled playing field with yourself, and so you're going to be speaking your truth and sharing the knowledge that you learned from kind of the experience that you had earlier, whether people like it or not, okay? But I do sense you adopting this King of Swords, or you could come into contact with an Aquarius, a Libra, or a Gemini, somebody very communicative, but I imagine them speaking their truth. And for what it's worth, you speaking your truth too, because you've come out of this, right? The Swords energy is a cold energy, that air energy, and it's really detaching from a situation and looking at things objectively instead of getting so lost in your emotions here, okay? And it's not like you abandon them with this Page of Cups. Again, this can represent children for some of you guys, but it's not like you abandon them, because you get back to it, right? But it's not, you're not so driven by that passion here. You're trying to make the best decisions that you can. I think because you put so much work here with this Eight of Pentacles, you're really, really, really starting to make some decisions with your head rather than your heart. And for some of you guys, you know, fire energy, yeah, you ding-a-ling. But there's a level of discernment and maturity that comes with the King of Swords that I think that you very much well earned after you kind of get that inner balance again with this Temperance here, which is so beautiful. That's such a great energy, okay? And so finally, not finally, but moving towards the end of November, we have the Page of Cups. You know, this is Scorpio season. This is Scorpio energy. So some of you guys could be experiencing like the very beginning of some passionate, you know, things. There's death and rebirth. So death and rebirth, excuse me, that comes in with November. And with this Page of Cups, this could deal on an emotional front. So some of you guys could be having a very emotional end of the year, but I'm imagining that it's very happy emotions, okay? Because there's a reunion that's coming back. Look at the journey that you have all year. You know, starting here with the Ten of Wands, and then moving through this energy, moving through this tough time, and then finally you end with the Three of Cups. Some of you guys could really be starting on some of creative endeavors. Maybe you pick up some money or pick up some new talents as you start moving forward with the art that you're taking and the art that you're sharing and whatnot. And so you start focusing on the Page of Cups. So some of you guys are going to be in a nurturing type mood. Very youthful energy. So we do see some new beginnings here. Even though we don't see some aces, we do have two pages here, the Page of Wands and the Page of Cups. So that's emotion and you know, and passion. So some of you guys could be pursuing the very very beginning of some emotional creative projects and all that stuff, music, art, writing, that nature, or the very beginning of like a relationship, right? With this Page of Cups here, could be dealing with a Pisces, Cancer, or a Scorpio again, right? But again, look at the end of the year, we do have the Three of Cups. How lovely, right? So there's reunion at the end of this year. So if you've separated from, you know, the people in July and you come back, you're going to be returning back to the spot, and it seems like it's going to be good, filled with good vibes, good energy, and you end next year 2019 on a very high note with this 3. I think that you start to see the expansion. I think that you start to see the bigger picture, Aries. I think you start to see what you've been working for, okay, at the end of the year. And so it's a time to really celebrate. I think you guys are going to have a wonderful next Christmas. I know we're thinking about we haven't even gotten here yet, but you know, I think you're gonna have a really wonderful end of your year filled with laughter, joy, and just all overall celebration. Okay, so that's really what I got for you, Aries. I'm going to pull a card, from the Ethereal Oracle deck to just get like one big overarching theme. One big overarching theme for next year. So kind of like the main idea, if you will, okay? Alright. Whoops. What's going on for Aries in the year 2019? Aries 2019. Woo! Alright, we got 2 cards. We got two cards. I don't know why. I just felt like singing. Okay. 18, which is Hermit, I know, or the Sherman or something like that. And then 35. So we're going to start with 18. Merlin, the Seer. Alright. The future cannot be truly understood beyond the choices we have made. The visionary who sees the potential of choices and the probability or of trend of the current flow. Difficulty focusing in the present or manifesting in the moment. All future possibilities are grown from the present. Without feeding the now, they may never become more than a possibility. Okay, so that's going to be a huge theme for you, and I think that is really this moment right here. I think that you guys get so focused on a vision that you have here, and kind of like the nitty-gritties, that you end up losing the fun in the moment. It ends up sucking the fun out of it, and I just see that kind of being like the theme of like the first half of the year. But it all comes together, Aries. You guys learn from that, so just be mindful, right? You're not bound to this reading, right? You're never bound to this reading. This is just energies to look out for. Like if you're like, that sucks, then it doesn't have to be you, right? This isn't the end all be all, but just be mindful of how you are addressing the present. Make sure that you're living in it. Again, have fun. Dream, 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 dream. Imagine, right, from Spy Kids. But imagine everything that you possibly can, right? Have fun in that with this energy, but make sure that those dreams don't become a burden. Make sure that you're still having fun and you love it. And I think that you do get a renewed love by the end of the year, but I think that it takes you. So don't get so caught up in potential. Don't fall in love with potential. Don't fall in love with potential of ideas. Fall in love with actually doing it. Fall in love with the actions, okay? That's kind of what I got from that. And then we're going into 35, which is Starlight, okay? Brightening or illuminating the path we are on, not carrying it as a burden. Boom, isn't that exactly what we were talking about earlier? Living the human experience in the body, working through the physical world lessons, yet remaining bright and optimistic. Yes. Yes, okay? The embodiment of spiritual beauty in the physical world, not forgetting your connection or the light within you, okay? So just be mindful that this next year could be a trying year for you, Aries. That is not a bad thing. 2018 was a trying year for me, Aries, so I fucking get it, you know, and by the time it rolls around, again, it ends on a really positive note, but just make sure that you remain optimistic. Just make sure that you understand that these lessons that you're receiving, these wands, each wands that you pick up, right, that you're starting out with, that you're going to be working your way through. That's really one way to think about it. You start off with these wands and then you're going to be dropping them off one by one throughout the year, Aries. So just be mindful of that. Stay optimistic, stay bright, and keep a smile on your face, because even though you might be turning your back on some things and you might be learning some difficult lessons with the devil card and working through some anxieties and all that, it really ends on a positive note, because you are able to celebrate the person that you're becoming, the foundation that you've set, the things that you're moving towards. It's going to start making some type of sense. But it, again, it's painful to get to the top. It's painful to start trying to work through your purpose, but do not be scared of those experiences. Understand that they do make you the fucking baddest. All right, so thank you so much, Aries. I hope that this resonates with you. I hope that you find, you know, some comfort in this next year for you, and you know, as you grow and experience different things, right? So please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, guys. Don't forget to check out the description box below, and peace. I will see you soon. Thank you so much.